Hey everybody, I am Mr. Saturn, and I am extremely excited to have a very special guest, BKFC and our light heavyweight champion, Josh Doomsday Dyer. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, doing great. Just staying busy, doing all the workouts and stuff, getting ready for this fight here. Got a real test coming up. Got a little bit of personal vendetta on this one here, so I want to make sure it goes real nice.
I told you in our conversation in text in messages, it just seems like the correct path, right? You're doing
Exactly.
good.
That's how it feels.
Yeah, exactly. And I just saw an interview you had with somebody. I caught the beginning of it. I just reposted it. Hopefully, you get to see it. Me repost it, I guess. But you're just not essentially calling him out, but you're saying what you're gonna do to your opponent next week. Now, I gotta say, I couldn't personally never really call out anybody like that or say anything like that. But you must have all the confidence in the world, man. What do you think you're gonna do different than the last time you guys faced off?
Well, he kind of created a monster whenever he beat me that night. I had two choices: quit or develop a new style that could hang with Lorenzo Hunt. And so I decided to spend a year creating a new style. And that's the ultimate test is a tested against him because I designed this style to beat him. It just so happened to beat everybody else too. So I'm just like, let's give it a shot. This guy he's the best. He solidified himself as that guy, and he took a piece of my soul about 5 years ago, and now I get the opportunity to go back and take it back and prove to the world that I am who I say I am.
I have a curse that I tend to like multiple fighters. I'm a fan of multiple fighters, and I have to admit I'm a fan of both of you guys. Sometimes certain conversations that you guys as fighters have, well, I can say you guys might cross the line by saying certain things. I'm still a fan of your opponent, Lorenzo, but right now I think both of you guys are like up here. Like this is gonna be a matchup that's just gonna be nothing but fireworks and electricity. So I'm very pumped to see what you have in store for Lorenzo Hunt, brother, and I can't wait to see what that is.
Yeah, I got a couple tricks up my sleeve. A lot of it has to do with my mobility and my movement. The first time we fought, I was very much in front of him, which I learned that night is the worst place to stand. Yeah, apparently that dude can generate massive juggernaut level momentum when he moves
Yeah.
straight forward. So I'm going to be playing Call of Duty Zombies over here, freaking running and gunning, man. Yeah,
Hell
get stuck in a corner.
Oh, during today's bare knuckle show with Brian Sosha, I don't know if you tune in sometimes, but they had a little poll, and people voted for you to win 54% to 56 to 46 for you to win next week. What do you think about having a lot of people really rallying behind you?
I've been doing this for a while now. I've done what I said I was going to do every single time. I tell people exactly what I'm going to do, what round I'm going to try to finish it in, and I'm pretty close. I like to kind of keep it fresh, but I think people are starting to realize that when things are going my way, it goes really well. And I have a very high fight IQ. I know how to break down their defenses. I train really hard. You look at like the difference in our body structures. I mean, I am like every ounce of my body is built for fighting. Like we don't have any wasted fat chilling. We don't have anything. It's when I get in that ring, I'm the biggest, baddest dude at 185, and I almost die cutting the weight to get down to it. And then I go and drink a bunch of water, and then I get back in there, and I enter the ring sometimes at 210, 215, for 185. So I'm a big 85er. And Hunt does the same thing, and he may be the only dude that I know of that maybe enters a little bigger than I do. So it's fun to go against someone that is that much of an athlete as well.
When you got after the Mundell fight fell through, and you got the how did that even come? Did you choose your fighter, or how did that even come to fruition?
Um, let's see. Basically, I thought Mundell was for sure going to be the fight, and then it just like kind of all fell through. You know, there was a little bit of miscommunication. I didn't know what was going on. We saw the fight ad go, so I thought it was
Yeah.
on. So I started sharing everything, but I found out when they aired it. You know, when my poster came up, I was like, I have a fight.
Oh
You
shit.
know,
God.
and I was like, oh, great. Pound for pound? Sure. I'm like, he can't be any tougher than Lorenzo. That's literally what I thought. So I was like, shit, this will be all right. But then when that fell through and Lorenzo jumped in, I was like, all right, well, there's a lot of people in my fan base that really enjoy watching me fight. They believe in me, but they all know there was that one time. And a lot of
Yeah.
them believe, without me even saying anything, that I could beat him now, you know, and they constantly are mentioning that, like, dude, you can take him now. We think you can take him. You know, like, everybody's letting me know that. And I'm like, well, I appreciate the confidence. You know, I am gonna do my absolute best. I think I can take him. You know, I've built a very good strategy, good style, got a great team, but it's gonna be hard. The guy's really freaking good at fighting. So I'll do what I can. I think I'm going to secure that victory. And if I get the knockout, which I intend on doing, I get a massive knockout bonus on this
That
one.
bonus.
So
Yes, sir. That's a big motivation.
yeah,
That's a big
so I'm
motivation.
excited for that. They really, yeah, they don't think I don't think they thought I was going to get it when they told me this bonus was bigger than most of my fight pay ever. You know, like
Sheesh.
leading up to the last couple of years, it's a big
Yeah.
bonus. And so I was like, damn, y'all really don't think I'm going to knock him out, do you?
Shit. I
I'm like,
mean,
well, I'll handle some business for that one.
that's right. I mean, that's. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you can say, but I trust that it's big enough for you to be like, you know what? Yes, I'm about
We're
to
gonna
leave
push
it
the
all out
pressure a
there.
little bit more. You know, I wasn't planning on like going at him so hard, but whenever you
Uh-huh.
get that kind of opportunity, I'm like, shit, man, this will change my life. Let's get it.
Yeah.
But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
no,
Okay.
it's up there, man. So yeah, we'll I gotta still sign the contract and everything, make sure it's all good. It's fine. I mean, I've read through it. I gotta sign it and send it back over to him. Now that I think about it,
Okay.
I think that contract's only good for like 48 hours. So I gotta download that
Shoot.
and sign it and send it back. Kind of forgot
I
about that. I
forgot.
was so busy doing podcasts, I forgot to sign the contract.
That's what I was gonna say. You're training, dude. You're doing interviews. I see you doing interviews. I know you're training, and do you have a day job as well, Josh?
Yeah, I own a painting company, and
Oh,
yeah, so I be painting my butt off, dude. I'm like Mr. Miyagi over here.
yeah.
Learned it before you learn to fight. You learn to paint the house, you know. And I've been painting that house for a long time, bro. So my
Oh
punches are
yeah.
next level.
Yes,
Me and
sir. Yes,
Daniel
sir.
signing it up for like the last 15 years.
I like that. I like that, brother. I like that. All right, all right. Let's move on, brother. Let's move on. So I want to dive a little bit into your background, bro. So Josh, you're I guess yeah, I don't know how to say it cool enough, but you're a military kid, right?
Yeah. Yep. Grew
So
up
how
Air Force.
so I always assume, especially when I see movies, kids who grow up in military homes are grow up strict and maybe a little suppressed or something. I don't know. What was it like for you growing up in a military household?
Just like that.
Oh
Pretty
my
much.
god!
Yeah, I mean, it was strict. We grew up on Air Force bases basically everywhere I lived,
Yeah.
you know, Georgia, Alaska, New Mexico. And then when finally my dad got active duty, we got to South Dakota. And so, but yeah, like man, I was raised on bases, dude. Like, I mean, you don't disrespect your family, you don't
Mm-mm.
disrespect your teachers because everybody on the freaking base is some form of
Knows each.
military.
Yeah.
So they'll tell somebody, they'll tell your dad, you know,
Yeah.
that's all they had to say to my ass. They'd be like, all right, Josh, don't better settle down and we're going to call your dad. And I was like, shh, don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
I.
no need. I'll kick my own ass, actually. Well, I'll sit
Oh
down. We'll
yeah.
take care of it. But it was
Yes.
like that,
Yes.
you know. I wasn't sneaking out, you know. I wasn't out like chasing chicks or nothing, dude. I was cleaning that house. I was doing my chores. I was doing my
Good. Hell
homework,
yeah.
and you know, just being a good kid, you know. So I went a little crazy in college after that. Once I got out of the house, but
Okay. Yeah. That's where I was
yeah,
going,
so
Josh. That's where I was going. So, the growing up in this military lifestyle, did that um, feed into any of your fighting career now, or when did fighting become like, okay, I like doing this, is what I want to do?
Um, I always liked it. When I was a kid, you'd see a little bit on TV, and like George St. Pierre, you got Anderson Silva whooping
Yeah.
ass. I was watching this back in like 2006, 2007, and I'm just watching guys just go absolutely crazy over here.
Hmm.
And I wanted to be like those guys, because they were like so nice and respectful and still kick ass. They weren't running their mouth. They weren't getting up there doing anything stupid. They just were like professional the way I was raised. You just go in there, handle business, kind of like Richmond. You don't even smile when you
Yeah.
win. You just
No,
freaking, your face doesn't change. It's like, yep, that was
it's a job.
very cool.
It's a
How
job.
do you feel?
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah. It was stoic as hell.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, never would have guessed, Mike. But I like the dude. But yeah, I get my dad always taught me, if you're going to do something, do it to the best of your ability. And he spent his entire, time raising me, trying to teach me that, if I ever did something, not to say that it wasn't good enough, but it could always be a little better. And with
Yeah.
that mindset, I hated it for the longest time, man, because I got ADHD and shit. I'm like, God, dude, it's hard to be perfect, Sir,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Yeah. I'm so, but whenever I translate that to fighting, every fight I watch my videos like 1,000 times. I'm like, I could be a little bit better. I could be a
Yeah.
little bit better, and I'll go and like I'll win a world championship, and I'm like, yes, Dad's gonna be real proud of this. I'll go and shoot him a call and be like, I won. He's like, yeah, I watched it. He wasn't that tough. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're right. He was only the baddest Marine on the whole planet. No big
Yeah.
deal.
Only the baddest. Oh my
No big
god.
deal, Dad.
Nah.
I only left without a scratch on my face, but you're
Nah.
right. It could have been better.
Oh
But
my
like I
god.
love it, dude. That's how I know. I'm like, man, this dude, he showed me what it meant to be a man growing up. And it's don't get upset, whenever improvements can be made. And so I take criticism very well. It's like, you're right. That could have been better. That could have been faster. A lot of things that allowed me to just be that guy.
That's great, dude. I can tell you this. I am a huge fan, and I've said this in almost all my interviews. I'm a fan of the warrior who's a warrior inside and out and is respectful inside and out. Like, I get it. You got to sell the fight sometimes. You got to really maybe talk a little crap, but most of these fighters I interview, they're just like great, kind people, and been like yourself, Josh, like just raised correct. Like, I don't know. I don't want to sound too, I don't know, whatever word I'm trying to come up with. But I just respect that. I respect that in a fighter, somebody, just in and out of the ring. Like, you're just a great overall person, So I respect people like you, Josh. Thank you so much for being who you are, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the best thing. I've noticed the same thing. It's often the people that don't fight ever that have the biggest mouths, and
Yeah.
they have the least amount of discipline, and they always want to fight everybody and prove who they are. I mean, and you look at us, all the ones that actually can, and we're just like, shit, man. We got a guy messing with us at the bar. I'm like, fuck, I already trained like 17 hours this week. Last thing I want to do is fucking go to the bar and train some more. I'm
Yeah.
like, God. I'm like, can't I just jump on the table and do a backflip and have us all be like happy?
Yeah.
Like, wow, why we gotta be fighting all the time, dude? I'm like, God, it's already a friggin' full-time job.
Yeah. Yeah. For you, my
Yeah.
friend, for you. Oh my
Yep.
God. You had you mentioned something. I don't know if it was an interview, but you mentioned something about not leaving it to the judges.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
remember? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Yes. 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 Okay. So my dear wife, she always had a theory. She's like, you know what? We come from UFC. We've been watching UFC for a long time. So she used to tell me, like, don't leave it, like these fighters, if they want to win gold, if they want to be champions, like, they cannot leave it to the judges, because I mean, I'm not gonna press in too much on the judges because nobody's perfect, but nobody is perfect, and sometimes judges make mistakes. But I do believe, and my wife put this in my mind, and I don't know, I'm not trying to start something or what do you call it? A theory. What do you call those theories? Those people come up with.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, I'm not trying to start a conspiracy
You're
theory,
talking
but
to the conspiracy theorist right here, man.
okay. All right, let's dive into this, Josh. My wife said that sometimes she believes that the judges can be a little, they'll lean a certain way because there might be pressure from higher,
Of course.
So you mentioned in an interview or whatever, you said that, yeah, don't, I don't, wouldn't want to leave it to the judges. I have it written down. I have it written down. So you said it before, I don't rely on judges after a fight. What,
No,
what, where did you when did you learn that? Because there's a lot of fighters who still don't understand that, like, don't leave it to kill him right here and move on. Like, when
yep.
did it hit you like, oh shit?
Oh, my very first boxing or not boxing, but my MMA coach and best friend, the guy that got me into MMA. He was a super good fighter. He was ranked number one in the Midwest for a long time. But we were just all self-taught. We just got together. We started our own gym, and we just beat each other's ass for like 3 hours a day for years until we had the top gym in the Midwest. We were doing pretty good, but it was called the Dragon's Den, and the trainer was
Nice.
Doug Jenkins. And Doug, he looked at me and he was just like, I mean, we probably had 200 people come through that gym and only about 30 made it. We train hard, we beat the daylights out of each other, and it's just not the scene for everybody else. But we figure we might as well just go hard right away so that we know who's going to break and who's not, so we
Yeah.
don't waste our
Yeah.
time. But he told me, he said, when I first started, he said, Josh, there's a rule we have in this gym, and that's that we never, ever leave it to the judges. We
Mm-hmm.
don't play that shit. He's like, if you're going to fight here, we get finishes. And in doing so, our gym had like an 80 to 13 win to loss ratio. Like
Nice.
whenever we were fighting, I mean, we very rarely ever lost, and we did really good with that. So I stuck with that mentality because I've watched many
Yeah.
fights where, I mean, as a fighter, you are a better ref than most refs, because so much about. I got 20 years into this shit. I know what's illegal. I know what's legal. I know everything about this sport. And I'll see a fighter clearly win this fight and they give it to the other guy. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, that will never, ever, ever be me. I'm like, if I knock a dude out, and they find a way to rob me, then good for them. I'll give them props, which happened once with Jared Warren when I knocked him out with a clean punch to the ear. I mean, I punched him clean in the ear before the bell went off, but I'd already fired the punch. According to the rules, that's completely legal. And so, I mean, I had a world championship rob, but, that was the only time that I'd knocked somebody out cleanly and been robbed. And all it taught me is just now you got to be extra careful.
Yeah.
Like
It
when
sucks.
you're
Yeah.
on the line like that. I mean, I've learned that I can't even knock somebody out clean fairly and have it be legal all the time. So I got to make sure I'm extra safe. So I aim for like the spots where nobody now can even remotely call a shot illegal, and yeah, that's my rule though. You'll never
Good.
see me go to decision. I will go out on my shield like a warrior, or I'm taking you out. Either way, I guarantee you it's not going to decision. I set up a style that guarantees it's not going to go to decision, and I make a personal vow to myself it's not going to decision. So you know, I will put myself in danger chasing that knockout. So either you're going to knock me out or I'm going to knock you out. That's the pressure. I put you in that type of environment if it gets that far. And I mean, my pace just goes faster and faster and faster and faster and faster until you get knocked out or I get knocked out. But it's designed to be a finish sport for me. So that's why I've had a 100% knockout ratio for the last 12 years.
Hell yeah.
I've not won a single fight by decision or anything other than finish. I finish fights, so I don't do
And
decisions.
BKFC is just the correct sport. Like, just bare knuckle in general is the correct sport 4 knockouts. Like if you really want to knock somebody out, I mean, I don't see how it can be more easier. It's just fucking knuckles and skin, knuckles and bones. You know, no padding. So I think it's possible. It's just a matter of game plan. I believe. But I'm
I
just
think
a
you're
noob.
right.
All right. So I remember I was watching your fight against Jared yeah, Jared, and you were saying things to him. I think it was like after the fight. So I don't know what the hell was, but I remember it's like, oh man, I gotta ask him. What the hell were you telling him? What happened? What were we just talking shit, or are you just telling
Are
him
you
like
talking
I
about
don't what
whenever I hit him and they called it illegal?
yeah, there was something, and it was happening constantly though. It was like I don't know if it was after every round. I don't know I think it was your first fight. I believe it
Oh,
was your
you're
first
talking about
fight.
my shit talk. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I was
your
talking
shit
shit the whole
talking.
time. Yeah, with Jared, I could tell that he had a really strong chin, and so after I busted him a couple times, and I seen he wasn't going down, I realized I was like, man, it's gonna be really hard to knock this guy out. So instead of breaking his body, I'm gonna try to break his mind. And so I started telling him what to do. You know, he'd throw a left, and I'd be like, "Ooh, you almost got me, Jared. You better throw that one again." Ooh, and you know, he would try to like move his right hand, and I would shut the right hand down all fight. And I'm like, "Oh, weird. You haven't landed a single hook on me all night. Oh, I might as well just put that hand behind your back. Oh, hey, Jared, throw the left, throw the left, throw the left." And then eventually he'd just get mad and throw it, and I'd sidestep off
You
and
got
wreck him.
him. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just
Damn,
like,
dude.
"Damn, Jared." I'm like, "I'm coming, bro." I'm like, "Oh, what you gonna do?" And then he'd like switch to orthodox, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay." So then I'd switch to southpaw and be like, "Oh, look, we're back in mirrored stances again. Oh, there goes your advantage." And yeah, I like talking shit to certain people that I believe are hard to knock out. I don't do it to
He
everybody,
he's
but
go ahead. Sorry, Josh. Sorry. There's a lag. There's a little lag between our conversation.
yeah, you're handling it really good. I can barely tell because your timing is perfect when you respond. I had no idea, but yeah, Jared's probably one of the only guys that I've talked like a little bit of shit to lately. Whenever I fight him, a little bit of Wild Bill, you know, because like we were talking shit before the fight, but like with Richmond, nah, I don't fuck with
Mm-mm.
that. Like I had a lot of respect for him. Lorenzo, I may, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. He's tricky. He's fast enough where he can catch me. So if I'm talking shit and he pops me in my mouth open, I ain't trying to get knocked out. So
No.
we'll have to play it safer with him. But yeah, Jared, I like talking shit to that dude.
Yeah, I was actually a Jared. I like I said, I like a bunch of fighters. I'm not. I just love the sport. I love what you guys do. But I'm a fan of Jared. So watching you guys fight, it was kind of it hurt me a little bit seeing you, you know, touch him up, and then but me and all my cousins, because we used to get together and watch fights, we would just start screaming because we're like, look, he's talking shit, he's talking shit. So that's why I had to ask, and I've been saving that note for
Yeah.
for a while, brother. So
Yeah, Jared,
um,
I like talking shit to that dude. He's fun because he gets frustrated. You know,
yeah,
he's really good and he has a lot of confidence in his left hand. And I really love it when he throws his left hand at me. Like I literally built my whole style around getting him to throw his left hand. So I
yeah.
was just like, well, I'm just gonna piss this dude off and give him my face until he's like, I have to throw it and kind of just go from there.
Your fight with Lorenzo Hunt, bro. Your contacts fell out.
Yeah, so that was really unfortunate. A lot of people are curious. Before that fight had ended, I'd been wearing contacts for every fight for about 30 fights, and I never had one knocked out before. And the only reason that I ever wore them, because I get that it sounds retarded to wear contacts in the middle of a fight, but I had negative 5.75 vision, so like double legally blind. And so when I don't have contacts in, I can't see. You know, like I'm bad blind. Like I can't see like much more than like 10 feet in front of my face. So unfortunately, I had to wear contacts to be able to be competitive with him and accurate and all that stuff. And unfortunately, his hands were powerful enough to where he was able to knock those out of my eyes. And I'd never experienced that before. So I
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
was in an embarrassing situation where I was really struggling that night. And then after the fight was over, I got LASIK, and so now I can see, you know, like 2020. I got perfect vision, no excuses with the eyes. And it works a lot better because Jared knocked my contact out too. Actually, I forgot about that. He
Yeah.
knocked mine out in round 2, and I finished him with one contact in, but I wasn't able
Oh
to
my
pull that
god.
shit off with
With
Lorenzo.
we could I'm gonna reach out to what we should do a promo cut for your LASIK, whoever gave you your LASIK, because I mean how badass is, I'm a fighter, I used to fight with contact lens, but I got LASIK now and I'm 100%. You can make a bunch of
Dude,
money too, bro.
it's so much better, because like I can take a hit, so as long as like nothing else goes wrong when I get hit, we're
Yeah.
golden.
Did you,
I've only been dropped by Lorenzo, and then
yeah,
Rig got me real slick with that freaking skip in left cross he likes to use on
yeah.
everybody. Freaking knocked me over my feet. So I've only been dropped by those two fighters my entire life, actually. So I like my chin and I can get away with some things to land punches. But yeah, the eye thing really sucked and that was unfortunate. But you know, I used my
Did
fight
you
money to pay for my eyes. So I was really grateful for that. And yeah, now I don't have anything rolling up there. I can just go in there. I can keep my eyes on everybody. I ain't got to worry about nothing and very smooth.
Did you get in trouble, or did the promotion say anything after that? Because I mean, even the commentators, they were like, "Oh, this has never happened before." Everybody was like, "Oh, what the hell's going on?"
Yeah, I did not get in any trouble, but I kind of got sat on my ass for a little while after that fight. And I was just like, oh, great. And I didn't realize how bad it looked until I watched it. And I was like, fuck. I'm like, I look like a little bitch. I was like,
Nah,
God, it
hell no,
didn't feel
hell
like that in
no,
the ring.
no,
But
no. Bro. I
that's the
told
vibe I
you
got when I watched it.
after every round, dude. It's like it almost felt like it just didn't bug you. I mean, that's how I saw it. Like you're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep going. Like it is what it is, and you're just like you're gonna keep pushing. That's how I saw it, champ. Sorry.
I appreciate that. Yeah. But now we can't be doing that again. Not against Lorenzo Hunt. That dude, he
Hell
doesn't need
no.
any help. He doesn't need any help to win. So I'm like, no, we're gonna make sure that we enter at 100%. I got a stellar fight camp. Like I said, I got the LASIK. We got a lot of good things going this time. So I don't see any reason why I'm not able to find that knockout.
Good, 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 good. Ugh, fucking pumped, dude. It's right around the corner too. It's like I don't know how does it feel? Like it's like 20 days, I think.
Yeah, something like that. It's yeah, yeah, about 20 days. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm getting excited for it. I'm gonna be starting that weight cut in a couple
Okay.
weeks and yeah, drop like 26 pounds, I think, this time. I think. Mm.
I have a couple of questions about some of your past fights. I won't keep you too long because I know you're a busy man. You're okay. So you had a face off with Joe Riggs. You had a tomato in your hand. That was just you munching out, or were you planning on throwing it at him? Because it reminds me of those cartoons back in the days where people would have tomatoes and they would throw it at people when they didn't like their show, whatever. You know what I mean? Back in like the
Yeah,
Looney
yeah,
Tunes, or what was you just
yeah.
eating? I'm curious what you were thinking.
Yeah. So basically, when Lorenzo Hunt fought Riggs, he brought a tomato to the
Yeah,
weigh-ins and
yeah,
he bit
yeah.
into it and then he
And
smashed into his
smash.
face. And I thought that shit was so funny that I was walking through the store and I seen a tomato and I look over at my buddy Larry. I'm like, dude, how funny would it be if I took a picture of this tomato of me holding it and then sent it like on Facebook just to make them think I'm going to show up with the tomato.
Yeah.
I wasn't intending on bringing it.
Okay.
Well, once I added that fucking picture online, Lorenzo Hunt found it and went, "Oh yeah!" And he took it and he threw it into like the freaking BKFC chat. He's like, "Dyer's bringing a tomato. He's gonna smash it into his face." Oh, and then everybody started commenting on it. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh
He
my
hates
god!
tomatoes."
Oh my
And I was just
god!
like, "Fuck." I was like,
Damn,
"Oh
dude.
god." So I brought the tomato. I was like, great. Now I feel like I'm being guilt tripped into this shit. I was like, everybody's like, oh, I can't wait to see it. So now I like rolling through. I got this tomato in my hand, and then he looks at me. Riggs looks at me before we walk up. He sees that tomato. He's like, bro, you better not shove that fucking tomato in my face.
Oh my god! I know it. I know it. I'm glad I asked.
Yeah, and I was like, Riggs, listen, man, it kind of got out of hand in the comment section over here. So I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to smash this into your face, but I'm going to pretend to. And when I do, I need you to just like slip to the side and then shove me and I'll shove you. We'll make it look good for the camera. It's going to be great. And so I start walking up to the scale and David Feldman sees the tomato and he's like, dude, please, Josh, please do not shove that tomato in his face. And I was like, I swear to
Oh my
God, I
god.
won't do it. And so we got up there, and when it was time to face off, I I pulled that tomato out, and the whole crowd was like, oh, oh, oh. I could hear everybody in the crowd. And so I looked down, and I was like, all right, I'm really counting on him to sell this, right? And so then I go and I like rip the tomato up, and I stop like a centimeter from his face. This motherfucker doesn't even move.
Damn.
Just and I was like, you motherfucker. So like now I had to shove him. And then like next thing we're like in a match, we're like shoving each other. And I was like, wow, Riggs, thanks for helping me sell it, dude. I said, not everybody's like, dude, you should have just smashed in his face. And I'm like, God damn it, Riggs. I thought you were gonna fucking help me out here. Now I look retarded. Everybody in the comments, staged. And I'm like, okay,
Well,
acting lessons
whatever.
101.
Yeah. I'm gonna send a message to Joe. Joe, come on, man. Let's go. Next time
You
somebody
left me
does something,
hanging,
let's
dog.
go.
Now I look
Yeah.
like a bitch for not doing it.
Hell yeah. That
Backfired.
I like that. I like that question because it paid off for me because I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
Um all right, so you had a pose, bro, again. When you after your win with Dakota Cochran, bro, you had a pose for your victory. Did that just come out of nowhere, or do you had it planned, or something you always wanted to do, or like once you
Are you
victory,
talking about the fist? That
yes.
one? Yeah. So I ripped that off from Jake Paul like 6 or 7 years ago. I watched him fight. I don't know if it was Fury or whoever, but he did it like one time and it looked just like a shotgun getting loaded. And I was like, I'm stealing that shit. I'm stealing it. And I didn't see anybody else doing it. So I was like, I'm gonna
Please.
make that my thing from now on and just never tell anybody that I stole it from him. And basically that's what I've done. I've just kept it in my pocket for all these years. And it looks so good on camera. I was like, dude, I'm just gonna keep
It
doing this
does.
shit. I'm like, I'm
It
gonna
does.
roll with it. It's my thing now. And
I like
yeah,
it.
nobody's called me out for it. But yeah, that was a Jake Paul thing. So as much as I hate on the guy, I totally copied him.
Me too. I've called them out. I've called. Look, I'm not even a professional fighter. I've trained for like a month and a half, and then it just wasn't for me. So, but let me tell you something. I don't like the guy either. He's cool what he does for teenagers. You know, get the interested in sports and stuff. But I don't know. I don't like him. But it's not about Jake Paul. It's not about Jake Paul. But your pose, bro, I loved it because it just reminds me. I'm a gamer myself, so it just reminded me of Mega Man X. You know, I had the gun on the whole thing, or I don't
Yep.
know. So I was like, hell yeah,
Dude,
let me
it
ask this
looks
man.
good when you're
Yeah,
this looks like a shotgun, man. I'm like, I'm keeping it.
hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, dude. So I'm gonna start turning it down, winding down a little bit. What are you a family man? Do you have
Oh,
kids?
dude.
Married?
Oh yeah, I got the fiance here. I have my daughter. I'm sure you got a chance to see her. She was peeking in the camera a little bit ago. I got two boys that are downstairs. I don't know if they're watching Gladiator or what. We just watched Braveheart last night, so we're getting all into like the freaking warrior mentality around the house. But yeah,
Hold
big
on,
time family
Josh.
man. I don't even like working out because I miss out on the family, dude. Like every day I work out, all I think about is like, man, I wish I was at home with the kids and stuff, like playing with them. So, and then now I get home, I'm so tired, even like just throwing them on the bed or something, just like they like getting thrown. And so I'll like throw them and my arms are just completely trashed. I'm like, God, I mean, you guys are only like 60 pounds, but there's three of you. And they
Yeah,
just are like,
it's
they'll
a
just like
workout.
form a line, like, my turn, my turn, my turn, my turn. And they never get tired. Never get tired. So I owe a lot of my skills to them for like just never giving up on like wanting to be thrown.
That's good. That's good. It's again, a lot of these fighters, man, that I interview are they do their best with what they have. I just have I don't think I've interviewed anybody where I had nothing bad to say, nor not that I would want to. I'm just not the type of person who would say nothing negative. I was messaging Ryan Peterson yesterday, and just checking in, see how he's doing, and sends me a picture of him and his kid, and he just looked like he got done working out, but he's watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with his kid. I was like, damn,
Nice.
man, you guys are kicking ass, and then I don't know, you guys are
Watching Ninja Turtles.
superheroes. Yeah, you guys are freaking superheroes. You guys do everything.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I truly enjoy being a father, and my kids, like they know that I'm the world champion. So like when we're like we roughhouse, dude. We've been fighting since we were like they were born, basically. I mean, my 6-year-old son choked me out one time, and I got
Oh
like
shit.
7 million views on Instagram doing it. But yeah, I taught him how to do a rear naked choke, throw the hooks in, and I thought maybe he would kind of get close, but dude had me snoring. I passed out, hit my
No.
face on the floor. I woke up, didn't know where I was, and I just started laughing. I'm like, whoa, dude. I was like, you got me. And he was all apologizing. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I just couldn't let go. I couldn't let go. I'm like, yeah, you finished it. Good job, bro. With like a little skinny ass arms. I was like, good job, dude. You slept a freaking 30 freaking 4-year-old world champ. I
A champ,
appreciate
a
that.
champ. Yeah, you slept a champ.
Yeah, he's telling all his buddies,
Uh,
they're like, we don't believe you. I'm like, dude, we got receipts.
it's on tape. It's on video. It's
Yeah, it's on
recorded.
tape, dude. We got like 7 million people and CPS coming after me now. They're
Oh
like, oh,
my god.
that's too much.
That's
That's too much. Oh, it's terrible. I'm like, what? That my kid can defend himself against a full grown man? I'm like, no, that's something to be proud of, dude. Yeah. Ooh, okay, I might have froze there for a second. Did you say
yeah,
something?
it did. Yes. Do the kiddos? Do your kids? Do they practice martial arts?
Just what I teach them. Like they're thinking about like joining karate and stuff. But as a kid, I went through karate. I didn't learn shit, man. I learned taekwondo for like 5 years, and I thought I was a badass, dude. I was like 12 years old with I think I had a green belt, and I thought I was the shit, man. Until this girl beat my ass, and then I was like, wow. Apparently, I don't know anything about fighting. And then my buddy, was kind of overweight, a little bit stronger than I was, and ended up throwing like a kick at me one day. And like I did a backflip, and I was like, dude, okay, I'm done with this karate shit, man. I threw a leg block trying to stop it, and he busted through both my legs, and I did a backflip. And I was like, okay. So apparently there's more to fighting than just looking cool doing your forms. So I teach them myself. I'm like, listen, guys, I've
Okay.
been down this road. My parents have wasted thousands of dollars, put me in karate and shit. Basically, it was a babysitter class. Like I didn't learn nothing. I didn't get any better at fighting. So I teach them myself, and it's very effective. Like every one of my kids is the toughest kid in their grade, but they're nice, they're respectful, they're
Good.
tough,
Oh
they
yeah.
don't cry when they get hurt. They can handle business if kids start messing with them. They don't fight them, but like they can, and so they're not really worried about it. So yeah, I'm big into like teaching them myself because I'm like, well, should I pay money to put them in a class, or should I just teach them because I'm the world champion? I'm like, yeah, just teach them myself. So that's kind of what we've been
Yeah.
rolling with.
Good. Good. That's great. Oh man, that's awesome. I hope. Do you think maybe if they were to take a liking into martial arts and stuff, MMA or whatever, and they chose it as a career, is that something that you would want for them, or how's that work out, or how do you think or feel about it?
I don't know. I guess I like the idea of them testing themselves when they're young. I don't recommend going into this for a career because this shit is hard, and you have to be a very special person to be able to hang at this level. And even then, you're gonna be broke until you freaking make
Make
it.
it. Yeah,
I'm
make it.
34 years old, man, and I've been broke since I was 18. It was all I've been doing. I've been fighting and trying to work and trying to raise a family. But like them, I mean, I spend like $25,000 a year just on training. Not even including like my physical trainer's bills too. I mean, he's another couple thousand on top of that. I'm like, it's really expensive being a fighter. It's really expensive. So I am. try and make it, dude. But sometimes you get real nervous. You know, you're like, man, am I wasting my time? You know,
Yeah.
is this gonna pay off? I'm like, I could at any moment you could lose everything, and I don't even have anything. So I'm like, yeah, well, I'm going to give it a shot because I feel like I'm meant for this, but I don't recommend it for most people. So I would try to steer my kids a different way, but I would still teach them the lessons that come with fighting, but to utilize in another way, most likely.
Cool. Good. Yeah. I mean, we we may not all be fighters, but we can sit and watch a Rocky movie and learn a lot from, these lessons in the movies. They may not transition completely, but my dad's constantly quoting movies to me, trying to inspire me. I love you, Dad.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, those Rocky
Um,
movies are the best.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have a favorite one? Because I was just about to dive into real quick, like what you like, movies, music, and stuff. What kind of movies are you into?
God, dude,
What's your?
Rocky 3 is hard to beat.
Thank you. Yes, me too. Number one. What stood out about it? What'd you like about it? Let's see if we're on the same wavelength.
Well, mostly because, I mean, Mr. T was the scariest motherfucking dude in the world. You
Uh,
know, like when you seen Mr. T and he's and baby oiled and fighting,
yeah,
just like every time he punches, like they make like a tiger
yeah,
sound. He's like,
yeah, yeah,
he's just like wrecking. I was like,
yeah,
dude, I would never in a million fucking years want to fight that psychopath
yeah. Rocky
ever.
was scared
I mean,
too.
he's scary enough,
Rocky was scared.
just
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
But I think Lorenzo Hunt could have beat Clubber Lang.
yeah. No joke. Yeah, I mean,
We just need to get
well,
him some
no
baby oil.
gloves. Yeah, right. So they don't grab. What kind of music you listen to, Bud? What's on your Spotify
Yo.
playlist? What do you listen to when you're working out?
Well, I lately we've been listening a little bit of Burner. That Motion song has been killing it. I like that one.
Okay.
Um, Austin, my trainer, usually just plays whatever. I don't usually listen to much music, even at work. I'm more of a podcast guy. I like to learn things. You know, like I'm always trying to learn. But there's really no bad day for like some chick music. You know, you throw on a little bit of Nicki Minaj, kind of jam
Okay.
out a
Okay.
little bit, little
Yeah.
Aqua, some Barbie Girl. I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
throw some of those old school beats on. I'm like,
yeah.
I can tear some of that shit up. I like chick music, man. They freaking kill it a lot of these times. But Nicki's the
Yeah.
best, dude.
Okay.
Nicki, when that knockout by Lil Wayne too, I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
man. That was my walkout song forever. And yeah, I always thought it was like more entertaining coming out to like feminine sounding music. So because it like messes with your opponent. You know, they're like, why the fuck is this guy coming out to Barbie Girl? Is he that
Yeah.
confident? What's going on? I like getting in their head, you know. So
It,
we've
rem-
always kind of like that, but dude, I don't give a shit, man.
it reminds me of what
Me
is it?
too.
Mike
It's never a
Perry.
bad day for Chris Webby. I mean, that guy can just.
It
What's that?
it reminds me of that time when Mike Perry. I think it was Mike Perry was trying to come out to a song and they confused it with a Beyonce song, so he kind of
Yeah,
just went with you. You remember that?
yeah, dude, that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that it happened to somebody else too. You know, because I used to pick like cool songs to come out with, and so my gym started like switching it up to Barbie Girl and like I Need a Hero by
Yeah.
Bonnie Tyler, Call
I
Me
need a
Maybe,
hero.
yeah, Carly Rae
Yeah.
Jepsen,
Yeah. Carly
yeah,
Rae Jepsen.
Call Me Maybe. Yeah, I never picked those. They just picked them for me. And or Fireflies by Owl City. It's got some good
That's a
bass.
good
You know, if I'm
song. That's
walking
a good
out, you would
song. Yeah.
not believe your
Eyes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not a great fight song, but it's great for the crowd to go like, what the hell?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You'll definitely get
Everybody else
eyes
comes
on
out,
you.
let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Hit the bodies hit the floor. Yeah. So it helps you stick out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Do you kind of took me off, you caught me off guard with some of the music you named. You just never seem, I don't know, you don't really hear, like you said, you throw people, you catch me off guard because you got me off guard with some of those music, like the Carly Rae Jepsen. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's good, man. It's super good. Yep.
All
But
right, buddy.
yeah, that's it. I just like getting in people's heads, dude. It's fun. Like
Yeah.
I don't care. It's so fun to like watch people because they'll come up to me after the fight and they'll be like, "Dude, wow, when you came out to that Call Me Maybe song, like I was like, this guy must be way better than I thought." And I was like,
Oh, like
that was the idea. Good. It worked.
it worked. It
So
worked. Yeah, it worked. All right, buddy. Thank you so much, Josh, for hanging out with me, bro. I had a blast. It's been fun getting to know you. Do you want to say anything to anybody? You know, every interviewer says this, but you know, it's nice touch at the end. You know, you have any message you want to give to your fans, or
yeah.
you know, any shout outs?
Yeah. Just this is an important, you know, like this is a fight where it's the only fight I've lost, you know, in the last like 5 or 6 years, you know, and I lost in devastating fashion. I mean, this dude beat the living shit out of me, man. Like I spent the night in the emergency room. My teeth were all jacked up. My brain was like leaking fluid and shit. Like I couldn't put a sentence together for like a year. You know, I was seeing little spots floating. My eyeball was bloodshot red like Kano for like 2 months. You know, my nose was a little broken. Yeah, I was messed up. I was puking blood like in the emergency room, and I was messed up after that. So I understand the gravity of this fight, but I also want that little chunk of my soul back that he took from me. Yeah, when you're alone in an
Mhm.
emergency room and you're just thinking about how that night went, and you're just like, "Fuck, I don't ever want to fight that guy again." You know, and then you got to crawl back out of that hole, redevelop, become back stronger, and all new. You know, Josh Dyer 2.0, you know, then 3.0, then 4.0. And now it's like, all right, now it's time to test that new style that you built for Lorenzo and see if it actually works against him, because it worked on everybody else. Now does it work on the man that you created it for? That's the real test. So I couldn't walk away from this opportunity. As soon as they made the offer, I said yes. I was like, dude, yes, he's the most dangerous dude in the world, and he could possibly take that title right out of my hands and kick me out of that $15 million tournament and my whole future. But I want my win back. So I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna give all my people, you know, what they deserve, and that's to see me take I want the hardest fight every time. Like, I don't want easy fights. I get pissed off when they call me for easy fights. You know, like I promised my people that I would take the hardest. I would do the most incredible things of the sport in the most entertaining fashion with 100% KO ratios, and I'm a man of my word. So I would just say, watch the fight. You know, this is going to be it. It's going to be possibly one of the best fights in BKFC history, going against who I believe is the pound for pound best bare knuckle fighter in the world. Or I should say, I'm the greatest bare knuckle fighter now. I would say Lorenzo was the greatest of all time. And it's time to see who is really the GOAT now. And I think it's me. So we'll see how it goes.
Hard words from a hard man.
Rocky 3 when he interviewed Mr. T. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much, man. And like I said, it's been fun. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hang out with me for a little bit. I look forward to seeing you fight. I applied for a press pass so I can get up there and get it close to you guys, take some pictures. I wish the best for you. I wish the best for your
Perfect.
opponent. I know you're gonna freaking you're gonna show us some fireworks. Anybody out there who sees this interview this weekend, you just tune in, follow this Josh Dyer and his social medias. Trust me, this man has something to prove, and he's not in it for no reason. Am I right, Josh?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I appreciate you having me on your show.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you so much, man. And yeah, buddy, kick some ass.
You got a deal. All right. Look forward to seeing you there. All right, brother.
Yes,
Enjoy the rest of
sir.
your night.
All right.
Peace.
Woo! See you, buddy.